Good morning and welcome to Friday Morning Dharma on February 21st. I want to tell you about a yoga class that we're going to be starting this Sunday. It sounds like a lot of fun for those of you who live locally. Longest yoga title class in the history of yoga classes, but it's fun. Yoga for creatives, artists, radicals, and community organizers. And then in parentheses, or anyone else who needs to find their place in the universe. So that's the title of the yoga class. But it's being offered by Jim Charleston, who heads up, he's a certified yoga instructor, heads up the Silver City Community Theater. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Those of you who live locally, you might want to try it out. Sunday, it's not every Sunday, it's the fourth Sunday of every month, which is going to be this Sunday from 1 to 2:15. So there you have it. Yoga for creatives, artists, dot, dot, dot. Okay. Why don't we go ahead and settle in for some meditation? Please feel free to emulate the mountain as you settle into a comfortable meditation posture. Settle, ground, be still, be silent, be wise. We can gently transition into meditation on the inner body. Please be the silent observer of sensations that may start in your hands and your feet in the form of a tingling, perhaps a lightness, perhaps a heaviness, perhaps a pulsation. Just be the silent observer of these sensations and allow a state of awareness, non-conceptual awareness to emerge, and then simply rest in that awareness. Still mountain, silent mountain, Zen mountain, awakened mountain, full awakening is your destiny. In order to achieve this awakening, all that is asked of you, all that is required of you, is to become intimately familiar with awareness. Please continue to silently observe sensations within your own body mountain. Please redirect your awareness. Become aware again of physical body and allow your breathing to become less shallow. Taking deeper and deeper breaths, become aware again of the garments of clothing resting on the surface of physical body. Become aware again of your surroundings inside the room that you're occupying. Deeper and deeper breaths and become aware again of the world that exists outside of the room that you are occupying. We dedicate all of the positive energy, all of the merit from this morning's meditation to world peace. May all beings without exception soon come to realize the wisdom that realizes impermanence. May all beings soon come to possess all other forms of wisdom. May they be completely free from all forms of suffering. May all beings without exception be happy, peaceful, contented, and free. Completely fill up your belly and lungs with air. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and bring your meditation to an end. Thank you, and welcome back. So, I want to talk about I want to talk more, one more time, at least at this point in our series of classes. I want to talk more about impermanence, wisdom realizing impermanence, because if we can come to perfect our experience of impermanence, not just our understanding, but our experience of it, that will be the that will bring about a cessation of all of our day-to-day suffering. We could say that confusion about impermanence or permanent grasping, it's sometimes referred to, is the origin of our day-to-day suffering. Kind of different from our existential suffering. These are terms that I've made up, but existential suffering starts with this confused notion of self and other. That's the existential beginning or birth of suffering. This confused notion of self and other, which gives rise to me and mine, which gives rise to mine and not yours. And we know where that goes. All we have to look at it is my land and not yours, right? From the origins of this country, British Empire, all of them. This is now our land. It is not yours. This is my money. It is not yours. All of it stemming back to self and other. I'm going to talk one more time about how the dots connect on wisdom realizing impermanence. And I am appealing to you to please commit this to memory. Talk to your practice explaining it to your partner or a friend. Yeah, just yeah. Tina, Peter, Grace, Jim, and say, so here it is. I want you to listen to my understanding of wisdom realizing impermanence. Yeah. Or go back and listen to this video again. As I've told you before, you know, I still listen to Eckhart Tolle teachings. There's some that I've heard 100 times, and I still go back and listen to them. I've told you about one of my early teachers, Morten Clausen. Hundreds of times I would listen to the same teaching until it became a part of me. It became a part of my DNA. So here is how the dots connect with regard to impermanence and how a lack of the understanding and experience of the impermanence of all phenomena gives rise to our daily suffering. Our attention, the examples that Yongey Mingyur uses um, that Yongey Mingyur gives in Love with the World, and go back and read this section too, is that our attention is drawn to the sky and we see two phenomena in the sky. Our attention is drawn to two phenomena in the sky, entities that we have agreed to label clouds. Okay, two clouds in the sky. We regard one of those clouds as being ugly, perceive one of those clouds as being ugly, and one being pretty. We dislike the ugly cloud and we like the pretty cloud. There are the two of the three root delusions. We become averse to the ugly cloud and attached to the pretty cloud. Okay. There is suffering. Suffering has come. We dislike that. We like that. Aversion to this, attachment to this. Two of the three root delusions right there, which are the basis of our daily suffering. You've heard me say it over and over. When you perfect your practice of patient acceptance, you will never suffer again in this lifetime. If you perfect your practice of wisdom realizing impermanence, you will never suffer again in this lifetime. Ugly cloud, pretty cloud. I want less of that and more than that. I want. Wanting hurts. One of my teachers, Kelsang Dawa, used to say, wanting hurts. It causes suffering. So that's part of the difficulty that arises. And then the other part, as Yongey Mingyur explains very, very clearly, is that when we are in this deluded state, like going back and forth between these objects of attachment or aversion and attachment, then this mental busyness, these mental constructs that are made up agitate our mind to an extent that we cannot abide in the wisdom that realizes impermanence. Do you see that? Do you see the two parts? Yeah. One is just kind of the raw, just sort of the raw delusions of aversion and attachment. But those states of mind, those delusions deprive us of the experience of wisdom realizing impermanence and the peace that comes from it. For purposes of this discussion, it's clouds. More, perhaps more applicable, rubber hits the road examples, this neighbor and that neighbor, this coworker and that coworker, this acquaintance and that acquaintance, right? It's all about our relationships with people, isn't it? I mean, we can come up with some pretty fascinating, kind of intellectually stimulating existential examples, but ultimately it comes down to people. Pleasant person, unpleasant person. I like this person, I dislike this person. Totally subjective, totally subjective. I want to get closer to this person and I want to get further away from this person because I have attachment for this person and aversion for this person. And all along this made up story keeps us from experience the peace of wisdom, realizing impermanence. That's how the dots connect, right? And that's why this is so important that we know it as well as we know anything. Really do try to explain it to a friend or a loved one. You know, I see some of you guys hanging out at Tranquil Buzz from time to time here in Silver City. Yeah. Rather than talking about the state of politics again, the state of the political environment, how about talking about wisdom realizing impermanence? What we're going for here really is a state of equanimity. And had such a beautiful example of practice of, was reminded yet again of a beautiful example of equanimity. Just last night, real story. My mom's dog, Ozzy, you know, my mom's dog, Ozzy. I was out walking him last night and went by to see a friend who is acquainted with Ozzy the dog, went over to her house, went in the back door. Ozzy recognizes my friend and jumps up on his back legs to, say hi. He's so excited, tail wagging like crazy, right? He recognizes my friend, tail wagging like crazy, jumps up on his back legs to say hi. Ozzy's little dog, so it's not like he's going to knock anybody over. So just unbridled joy at seeing my friend. And my friend says, I don't want dogs in my house. And like relegates Ozzy back to the back patio, right? Ozzy not troubled at all. Yeah, not troubled at all. Tail is still wagging, go out on the porch, still jumps up to say hi. I could regale you with hundreds of stories. One of the walks that I take Ozzy on is on a creek. Those of you who live locally know San Vicente Creek. Um, and we walk from the stretch down by the overpass up toward town, yeah, along there. It's kind of a place where a lot of homeless people hang out. Some of them that some might call rough looking, right? Won't say any more than that. They don't have much, you know, they live hard lives, it appears. It appears that they live hard lives. Ozzy doesn't make a distinction between them, right? We encounter sort of like people who don't appear to be homeless, don't look rough. Ozzy comes over to say hi. Same happy greeting for them as for the homeless people. Every time, every single time. Dogs. One of my closest Sangha brothers, Andre, calls them little angels. Dogs, little angels. You've seen the bumper sticker that says, God, please help me become the person my dog thinks I am. Yeah. Anyways, we just wanted to offer a supplement to another discussion of wisdom, realizing impermanence, and just maybe our role model for practicing equanimity and trying to develop equanimity. Yeah, let's just emulate a dog, right? We can do a lot worse. Okay, 9 o'clock, you guys. Have a great weekend. Thank you. There are a lot of things you could be doing with your Friday mornings, and you made it a priority to be here this morning, and that shows great wisdom. And I prostrate to your wisdom. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff.
You're most welcome. Bye, everybody.